What is the Tampa real estate market doing? Well, I'll tell you all about it. Hi, I'm Kaitlyn Meck, real estate agent right here in the Tampa area. Check out these statistics on 2022 till right now where we're in the middle of December, on the market right here in the Tampa area, Tampa, Florida. Things are not looking to some people like they are going to be good going into 2023, though others say that it's just normal for the holiday season that we're in. So let's take a little deeper look. Again, I'm Kaitlyn. I am a real estate agent right here in the Tampa area. I would love to help you figure out what's best for you and your family if you're thinking of buying or selling right here in the Tampa area. So go ahead and give me a chat if you'd like. So today you see here on the screen the November 2022 statistics from Stellar MLS. Again, this covers most of Florida. Not all of Florida, but most of like Central Florida, like basically an hour south of us here in Tampa up to a couple hours north, I want to say. So you see here, actually, our number of active listings have gone up for November of 2022 from November of 2021 and from October last month. How awesome is that? Which actually is not normal for this time period, just because, again, we're in the holiday season and everybody is worried more about just getting through the holidays than much of anything else. So the number of new listings actually has gone down a decent amount, actually, from both November of last year and last month, which, you know, is kind of tough. But again, the holiday season, plus coupled with those interest rates rising, did make everybody a little bit more nervous. Now, our pending sales, again, throughout most of Florida, are down from this time last year, or November of last year, but up from the month before. We did see a little bit of a dip in the interest rates, so more homes did go under contract and are going to close. So we should see them close within the next 30 days. I mean, ideally. So if you see over here, right under my camera here, you see listings sold. Those have gone down both since last year as well as since last month. But again, not by a whole lot. It's not a ton, but it is obviously seen this way because of the holiday season. So then the next one down here, we see average days on market. Now you do see that number has gone up a lot since this time last year, which this time last year again was still the frenzy. Many homes were going on the market well within a week of going under contract well within a week of being on the market. So it does make sense that we would see these numbers going higher, with things getting back to what is a normal market for the area. If anybody does remember, in 2018 and 2019 and before 2020, things were sitting on the market a little while longer before getting under contract. And we're just seeing this getting closer to that number rather than it being that crazy amount that we saw before. Again, it's up a little bit also from last month, but again, is normal for this time of year. So the next statistic we see is the total sales volume, which is down from October and down from November of last year, which again, has a little to do with the holiday season as well as just it being different, a totally different market than it was a year ago. So we do see those numbers going down. Now the average sales price is higher again than it was last year, which is still good. It's still increased from last year, but it has gone down just a little bit from October. There may have been some higher dollar ones bringing up that average, or things just kind of evening out. So the last statistic that we have right here is months of inventory. In November of 2022, we had about 4 months of inventory versus in October of 2022, we had about 3 months of inventory. And then November of 2021, we only had about 1 month of the inventory. Actually, from what I've seen, this actually was a little less than that. As you see here, it does say percentage changes are rounded to the nearest whole number. I do believe that was probably rounded to the nearest whole number as well. I can always check on that. But, we just see these months of inventory going up just a little bit. Again, part of that's because of the holiday season. Part of that is also just because some of these interest rates have priced some people out, but that doesn't mean it's a terrible time to buy. So, again, if you're looking to buy or sell, let's set up a chat and let's talk about what exactly your best options may be in this market. We'll go ahead and move over to just Hillsborough County statistics here as well. So again, we're looking at the numbers from year to date. We are in the middle of December currently, so you are going to see some numbers for December, but don't bank on those because again, we still have half of December to report and reflect information. So in January, again, we had 100%. This data shows the close price versus the list price ratio. So what the home actually sold for versus what it was listed for. So January and February, our average was 100%. Again, this is in Hillsborough County. This is just for all homes here in Hillsborough County. You see these results are calculated, it says from 22,113 listings. So again, January and February is just a flat 100% of close price to list price ratio. In March, it went up just a little bit to 100.8. In April and May, it was over 101%. In June, it went down just a little bit to 100.3. Then July and August, we did see those at 100% again. In September, we did see a little bit of a dip there, 99.1%, which is probably what was reflected once the interest rates were raised so suddenly back in July. That only reflected probably in September's numbers, because it does take usually 30 to 45 days for a home to close. Obviously, there are exceptions to that, but usually you do see those reflected in the further dates out. So then we see, again, that dipped down to 99.1% of list price versus close price. So still didn't really go down a whole lot, but in October, as I did mention before, it went back up to 99.8%. So only 0.2%, from this listing price to what it closed at on average here in Hillsborough County. So that's not a huge number, and that means, there wasn't a whole lot of changing on that end. Now for November, we did see it go down just a tiny bit again to 99.6%, but we still aren't actually back down to what we saw in September for the closed price versus list price ratio. So things are really still staying pretty solid and pretty even keel along the line and everything. Like I said, you do see December's already looking a little low on that end, but again, we're only halfway through December at this point. Not all of these numbers are going to be accurate for all sales in December. So do stay tuned. I will do another market update next month once we get those numbers and everything in, and I will be sure to tell you what we see and what is going on then in December. For more great market updates and things about Tampa, neighborhoods, and more, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out these homes for sale if you're looking to buy a home here in the Tampa area.